All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hope for the elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, so I just want to do a short lesson or however long the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And I want to name the video, Darkness Over the Land of Egypt. All right, and that's paraphrasing from Exodus chapter 10, the 10th chapter. All right, which I'm going to read here in a second. But the Lord will, as brothers can see on the screen. All right, I have this article here, and it says, vulnerable U.S. electrical grid faces threat from Russian and domestic terrorists. All right, and I'm not going to read the article, the whole article, because I don't want the video to get taken down. But basically, it's just going to be like a thinking out loud. Just me, just speaking as a man, just thinking as a man, not saying that this is going to happen. All right, but when you read Second Ezra, the 15th chapter, the 11th verse, the Lord said that He was going to smite Egypt with plagues as before. All right, and when you read Exodus, the 10th chapter, all right, it speaks about the Lord bringing darkness all over the land of Egypt, which I was talking about ancient, pagan Egypt. All right, but the Lord could bring that same, and again, just me, just speaking as a man, meditating, just speaking as a man, not saying that this is going to happen. All right, but with this whole situation, with this cyber attack thing now, which is the big hot topic right now, the cyber attack. All right, it's Lord Willis Brothers again. You can see on the screen. All right, because the cyber attack comes in many ways. Last year you had one of the top meat production plants, all right, have suffered a cyber attack, and they were down for like 3 or 4 days or whatever. So cyber attack can come by way of that, by it could attack the banking system. But the most devastating way a cyber attack can affect a country, all right, or a nation, all right, is when the lights go out, all right, when all the lights go out, all right, and the guy Klaus Schwab, which again I'm trying not to say way too much because they will take it down, but it is what it is. But Klaus Schwab, the head of the World Economic Forum, said that about a few months ago he said that spoke about the possibility of people ignore the possibility of a devastating cyber attack to a country's infrastructure. All right, basically he was saying the lights going out. All right, and now they push the whole the world health crisis, the C-19. They push that to the side, and now the hot topic now again is a cyber attack, which the guy yesterday, man, what's the devil's name, man? I forgot the devil's name, but he was basically talking about how basically there could be a cyber war between Babylon and Russia, attacking each other's power grid or whatever. All right, that would be devastating. In Egypt, when you read Exodus the 10th chapter, it said the Lord brought darkness upon the land for 3 days. If they turn the lights out here if the Lord turned the lights out here for 3 days, it'll be all hell will break loose, man. Within a day, maybe not even a day. Within the first I was in within the first 19 hours. All right, all hell will break loose, man. All right, here in Babylon the Great. And again, I'm just speaking as a man, not saying that this is going to happen, but again, that devil Klaus Schwab, and when they're insiders, so anything they say, you gotta listen. When they speak, you gotta listen because again, they're insiders. All right, Esau tells you everything he's going to do before he does it. So again, this is just something to keep an eye on. It's just me speaking as a man, and again, let's go ahead and get that scripture. It's just something I just been meditating on, going back to last night. All right, cause now it's all over the news. Cyber attack, cyber attack, cyber attack. All right, but this is Second Ezra chapter 15. I didn't mean to click 18, so like it. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and an outstretched arm and smite Egypt with plagues. Right now we're in spiritual Egypt now, which is America, Babylon the Great, as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Right, and one of the plagues that the Lord brought upon upon Egypt, all right, was darkness upon the land for 3 days. All right, and you know, and, and the Lord said, as before, the Lord is brought the plague of pestilence. Um, just to name some of them, frogs. He turned blood in. The Lord turned blood into water. He destroyed the cattle. He killed all the firstborn of Egypt. What else? He sent a plague of a locust. All right. And so on and so forth. And another one he brought was the Lord brought was a plague of darkness over the land of Egypt. And when you read Wisdom of Solomon, it gives a description of how dark that darkness was. All right. And again, the Lord again said, let me read it again, 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and an outstretched arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the lands thereof. And again, one of them plagues that the Lord brought on ancient pagan Egypt was darkness upon the land. And now you got this. Them talking about a cyber attack. All right, that could affect the electrical grid. They could turn the power out um, from coast to coast here in Babylon the Great, east, west, north, south, north and south. All the lights going out in Babylon. They've been talking about too how vulnerable, all right, how vulnerable the power grid is here. All right. So again, when these people talk like Klaus, you gotta listen. All right, and when they're pushing it on the mainstream, they're pushing that fear on people. You know, they usually act on it or whatever. It'll usually happen usually. But again, it's just me speaking as a man. I'm not saying the Lord is going to do this. He's going to turn the lights out here in Babylon for 3 days. Just something I just been meditating on. All right. But yeah, let's get that account real quick. This is Exodus chapter 10. It's 22. This is Exodus chapter 10, verse 21. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thy hand towards heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt. Right. And again, we're in spiritual Egypt now, right, which is America. Even darkness which may be felt, right, which may be felt. So it was so dark. It was so dark in ancient Egypt when the Lord brought that plague. It's like you could feel the darkness. It was so dark. And the Lord could do that here too. Verse 22. And Moses stretched forth his hand towards heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. All right, right. So hey, the Lord could, the Lord could do that. The Lord could bring that same plague that He brought on ancient Egypt here to Babylon the Great. But the Lord is the one. The Lord is the orchestrator behind everything. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. The scripture says, should evil be done in the city, and have not the Lord done it? All right. So if it was to go down, all right, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai did it. All right. Let me read it again. This is Exodus chapter 10, verse 22. And Moses stretched forth his hand towards heaven through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. And again, we're in spiritual Egypt, and the Lord again could send that same plague. All right. And again, I know I keep saying it, but it's just, just me speaking as a man, not saying that this is going to happen. But Lord will, it does. The Lord does bring this to pass. All right? Lord will, it does. Let's get that count in Wisdom of Solomon real quick. And, damn, it already started 10 minutes ago. It's like this devil Biden said to give his speech, which he's already rolling out. All right, which is as slow as he is, he might, it might start about, 9:30 or something. But this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 21. Over them only was spread in a heavy night. Hold on. I'll get the whole account. Let's start at 17. Could read up a little further. Let's read start at 17. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 17. For whether he were a husbandman or a shepherd or a laborer in the field, he was overtaken and endured the necessary which could not be avoided. But they were all bound with one chain of darkness. Rather it were a whistling wind or a malicious or melodic noise of birds among the spreading branches, or the pleasing fall of water running violently, or a terrible sound of stones casting down, or a running that could not be seen of skipping beasts, or roaring voices of most savage wild beasts. Right, so the Lord brought apparitions. All right, He made it sound like lions and shit. They, The lions was in the room when the Lord was terrorizing them, man. And the Lord could do that here in spiritual Egypt. The wild beasts or rebounding echo of the hollow mountains. These things made them to swarm for fear. For the whole world shine with clear light, and none were hindering in their labor. Verse 21, over them only was spread a heavy night, a image of darkness which should afterwards receive them. But yet were they unto themselves most grievous than the darkness. Right, so that was a terrifying thing, man. I should have read up a little bit further, because that goes, more into, I should have started in one slide here. Started 2, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 2. For when righteousness men thought to oppress the holy nation, when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, which they did, and which Esau is doing now. All right, the holy nation is Israel. All right, and back then the Egyptians were that unholy nation. All right, now it's Esau doing it. But they shut up in their houses the prisoners of darkness, and filters with the bound of long nights, laid their exile from the eternal providence. For while they supposed to lie hidden in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horrified, astonished, and troubled with strange apparitions. Right? Because the Lord brought apparitions. The Lord could do that here. For neither mighty the corner that held them, kept them from fear, but noise as the water falling down sounds above them, and sad visions appearing unto them with heavy countenance. No power of fire might give them light. Right, so it was so dark, even if they lit a fire, the fire would have did nothing. And the Lord could do that here. And again, just speaking as a man, but the Lord could do that here. Neither could the bright flame of the star endure the light that lightened that horrible night. Right, so it was super dark. You couldn't see nothing. Only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful. Being much terrified, they thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight that they saw not. Verse 7, as for the illusion of magic, they were put down, and their violence and wisdom was reproved with disgrace, like it. For they that promised to drive away terrors and trouble from a sick soul were sick themselves of fear, wholly to be laughed at. But though through no terrible thing did fear them, yet being scared with wild beasts that pass by, and hissing of serpents. Right, so the Lord brought about apparitions and all of that. And the Lord could do that on this side, man. All right, the Lord could bring that thick darkness here. All right. And that's pretty much it. And again, it's just, just me speaking as a man, not saying that this is going to happen. All right. But the Lord could make this happen. The Lord will, he does. And again, not saying this is going to happen. The Lord's going to bring darkness over Babylon for 3 days. But Lord will, the Lord does. That would be nice, really nice. So with that, I pray this video or lesson was edifying. Lord will, I went to all over the place. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone, a piece of safety to the brothers pushing this truth and sincerity. With that, I'm going to say shalom.